He said, right. No, it's not that. Now, you can kid yourself all you want. You cannot get along, you want to compete with one another, husband and wife. See, and I know what's going on. Like I told you before, I didn't know you because I don't say anything about it anymore. You haven't got no English. You're responsible for a whole lot. Now, if you're going to take the position of being Yahweh, and that is the position, like it or don't like it. Now, you say you want to reign one with him. Do you think he was that same stuff? Now, I've told you all these things before. When you don't see me amongst you, see, I am sitting somewhere all night long talking to somebody. Right. And that's all I know. And when people understand to see that glow, that happiness come within, there's no amount of money. That's right. They can replace that amount of money. They, saying now, as a son of Yahweh, there was given to me to give them those words. Yes. As Peter said, after converting those down, said he was glad that Yahweh used his mouth. That's right. Used him to bring in the whole nation. Yes, that's powerful. And that's what Michael was at. Like this saying, you know, well, they don't say, why do the fathers keep talking about it? Go ahead. They weren't talking about things. They were showing you instruction and encouragement according to the scripture. Yes. Now, if you understood that, then you wouldn't be acting like you're doing. Right. So, if you really understood it, Peter looked at it as those things were in the scripture. That's right. Was done for our admonition. That's right. Or learning. Yes. Don't do this. Bam! Somebody got killed. Nation got killed. Yes. Did the message? Don't do that. Yes. And you know, folks, let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of things nailed to the cross, but it's nothing but a concept. Right. That's all we're nailed. Right. What do you mean when you say that? I tried to show you the other night. This law was spirit. It always will. For every creation, there's other creations besides this. Yes. Many innumerable before this. Yes. I tried to tell you what cycle you're in. Yeah. Yes. You're in the 70th or sabbatical cycle. Yes. Yes. When the sum total of all Yahweh has declared is given to you in this particular life. Yeah. Modern science and all technology, like not too long ago, one little bit from Detroit, Yahweh stuff. Went up, you know, the ship blew up, formed a great big Y in the sky. Called it, what's that you told me about now? But here's what I want to tell you. Them people that in the same program went up yesterday. Don't fear. You know what happened to them before? I don't know. So we should be seeing people as delegates from Mars and the moon. So all I'm saying is, Yahweh is showing you around those people that believe in what they're doing. Now, mechanically speaking, I couldn't. The car stopped on me. Because the battery calmed down. You know, I'm just talking about somebody. Yeah. All right. But these people know how to get way up there with that space program. Yeah. Of course, they haven't caught up to me yet. people that knew you all your life said it wrong. They know you for what you're going to do. With that. Then you become intrigued in the news. And that becomes life stuff. Yes. And the other thing that you change. Yes. That's right. You don't notice it. That's right. You're not looking in the mirror. You know? So it takes somebody else telling you that knew the former you to tell you changed. There's people sitting here, it is not their idea to be in no Bible class, no Wednesday, Friday, at no time. And it wasn't necessarily my idea. Church on Sunday morning. I was so glad when it was over. I mean, it was like going to church with a job. And the church I went to, 25 minutes at the most. No. That's the collection and all. You know why? Because I didn't understand the damn thing he was talking about. And I found out Yahweh showed me he didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't understand me. Now that's Yahweh in this school of the universe. To bring you up in that. Yes. You see? And show his power. Right. Yes. Yes. He made a show of them open. Yes. That's right. These things, children, is not a game. It is not a game. That's right. Now, you can play with it if you want to. But it's dangerous. Right. And if you become harmless, it's your most glory. It is. You know, I've tried to teach you in such a way that every one of you would come to this. Yes. That's not impossible. That's right. That happened on their Pentecost. This is where they say, well, Pentecost still going on. What did you mean? Now, something I haven't seen other than this is the truth. Because if Yahweh revealed something to you by way of reading, and you were disobedient, we'd have to stop over film. That's right. You don't have time to. In other words, you are going to do the word of God. You weren't put here to set up your own thing. You know, they get this slang expression almost on the camera. Get your together. Right. Let that go. That's right. Get your attributes together. Make sure they're running on all systems. There is no way, I'm trying to tell you, there is no way you're going to overcome anything. And this is I'm talking about everything now. Knowledge, discontent, anybody. Come on. Now, you cried out to me. Yes. Well, I could live when I could have. Yes. You cried out for your neighbor. Yes. And a lot of times, when you do that, it's because you ain't doing it. Yes. Now, I'm not chastising, I'm telling you, because you have the same thing I have. Yes. There's no need to come to me if you've been with me. Yes. Now that's the truth. See, I'm not trying to keep you dependent upon it. That's right. Well, Dad ain't here. What do we do now? What did you do before you met me? See. Well, we were lame brains then, too. See. No, I'm just telling you, you're going to have, as Patrick, you're going to have to choose you this night. What you are going to serve. All right. Now, this little nickel and dime bill distinction, a great big expense and things like that. When Yahweh had you going forth, you can't even find what you got. As I want you to think, he said, once you saw the pearl, and I was telling somebody last night, I'm a priest.
Good.
Man, no, reason I'm not priest because you have to be taught first.
All right, Dad.
Because when I started, if you taught, I understand that. Then blew me in places after class. You know what I'm talking about? Did you really mean, yes. Anyhow. Hey, let's take the whole chalkboard to preaching, right? Somewhere, there's like a focal point in the room. Now that's the pearl here.
That's right.
And when it happened, he gave you a way to think.
Yeah.
Now why, do you know you don't find pearls in no field? So what's a pearl? That's in the ocean, ain't it? What do you mean in the field? Oh, the ocean's a part of the field.
Yes.
Here's what I'm after. In this pearl that has come from the deep to the earth, its formation takes place in secret. Just like the mystery of Yahweh was locked up in this. Every time I open an oyster or a mussel, I'm Charles Atlas and have a whole lot of problems open up on. Now, so in this pearl, now somebody said, you don't know what he's talking about. I know about a lot about things that's not in no textbook. That's right. Where are you getting your information from, Yahweh? Now, here's now, every now and then water passes through it, right? And the ocean has salt in it. And it's little tiny microscope, the same thing it takes to make you up. That you have to get a big magnifying glass to see that little speck you're going to call you.
That's right.
And that's how that pearl starts. And typified, if you see God's mark in here,
Yes, sir.
that is
Right.
this here. All right?
Yes, sir.
From where it comes from, it has to do that to cool itself down and become compatible with that where it's going.
Understand?
So, now, somebody asked, where did you get that from? I ain't heard that before. Yahweh took Paul, around through here. It took him 14 years to cool down.
Yes.
You know,
That's something great. Man, be aware.
people that knew,
Yes.
are you listening? People that were personally acquainted with Yahshua,
Yes.
just as much as you know one another.
Yes.
Lied
Yes.
to Paul. And caused him to leave things. And then sent him out to do their dirty.
Yes.
You got the same situation going on out there.
Yes, man.
That's right. Been going on.
That's right.
All the idea are not all idea
That's right.
or the way it's written. All it is not idea. So I asked the son today, you come here myself.
Yeah.
If I have to say it.
Yes.
Don't look at what somebody else does here.
Right.
And leave it me.
Right.
I'm not guilty.
That's right.
When I invited you here to know Yahweh, I'll keep that promise. That's what I'm doing.
That's right.
Now, if you love me, you cut it out.
Yes.
And I also said today, sir, and I said before, and you did an analogy to my daughter Paul.
Yes.
I said, how would you feel coming home from school and I'm out there in the gutter drunk? And he said, oh, that's your daddy? Yes. Well, I don't do nothing to make my children change.
That's right. Right.
Now, why would you do something that did?
Right.
I was taught, and you were too. They were taught by the time it's a full rule that don't work both ways.
That's right.
You can't handle the love I have.
That's right.
If you don't know how to take it, you don't know what to do with it.
No.
The fact that you mistreat one another proves you don't know what to do with it.
That's right. Go ahead.
But this world is formed, and it's taken from beneath the death of the deep.
Yeah.
The deep esoteric secret is locked up in this. That's the reason why his arms are folded this way here.
Yeah.
Locked up in his book.
Yes.
Now, if you deal up here, what he had,
Right. Yes, sir.
what he had in his hand shows you the deal.
Yes. Yes.
7 sons. Which man come all the way down.
All right.
Yahweh so loved the world that he gave himself to it.
That's right.
Me, my testimony, toward God, is in this me. My husband, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Or my father, put it there. I'm just up to death on him. He doesn't deserve it. He wasn't guilty. He died because of me.
Go, Papa.
I didn't accuse him. He's one thing.
That's right.
We'll be sitting on. And if that's not an inspiration, get up and get beat.
Yes.
Come here, wife. We're going to get along. Come help. No, you ain't going to know that.
Teach.
And I ain't me. Somewhere, somebody like a fool, but we go by that me.
Right. Yes, sir.
And when the world that don't know can put you to shame, I would take it to second look.
Okay.
In other words, am I thinking? And in that obedience, he said, if you obey, he pour out blessing.
True.
You know, people will give you buildings bigger than this.
True.
Anything in it you want. I said, give it to you. Well, can we put it in your name? No, hell no.
Teach.
You see, you don't want nothing in our name. You see? It's on the day of Pentecost. They sold their homes and all.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to do, this pearl is the mystery of Yahweh in his son though. That's what that is. And this pearl becomes precious. They call them precious stones. It doesn't proclaim it's precious.
No.
It doesn't say, look at me, how precious I am. And I was doing all right. I was going to get a little bigger, but you come down there and open up my chest. I'm trying to get you to see what is going on. You see? And we take those precious things and hang them around our neck.
Yes.
We call ourselves Miss Hinkley or Mr. Somebody. And you didn't form yourself nor that. But you won't give the honor to whom you belong. You really told me, I think you told about your many hands. No, you got to work the other way. That's Jesus you talking about. That ain't what you.
That's right.
See, that's when I tell schools, I don't have to be what you call me.
That's right.
And if I was a devil, I'm smart smarter than you are.
That's the part.
You know why? You say I'm wrong about this and that, but you ain't wrong.
Right.
Ain't nothing you take to prove what I tell you. Nothing.
Right.
Now, I'm happy. And when I say happy, I'm not talking about you jumping around and giddy and doing trick shows and dancing and all that. You can jump down in the middle forward and a split. That's right. I'm home and I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like this. If you don't want part with me, I won't have a part with you.
Let's go.
And yet I won't curse you.
That's right.
I don't go or want to be no place I'm not going.
That's right.
Right. Because it's a burden to you.
Yes.
See, if you don't want me, it's a burden to you. See, I know better than I want you. So this is the curve. Now in this, you become the pressure. You see, stones. Not just these stones here. That were markers.
Yes.
You see? But pressure underneath. Do you know how a father is that has the means to do for a child? What you saying? You know how he is? He almost has to pull his own coattail once to do it. That's how Yahweh is, as the Father of all. If we would just be obedient, he poured out blessings that we couldn't contain. We've got people that are looking for house
Yes.
or home.
Yes.
That's his need. You follow? I'm gone as far as I can go. Now, there is no limit to how far I can go for you.
Yes.
So when you won't become that as we go, you disagree.
All right.
See, what I want are things for you.
Yes.
My happiness is to see you. That's right. And I, you know, at home I clown like we would get down, I could drop on my knee. You know, something like that, just to get a smile.
That's right. That's right.
Or from you.
That's true.
To be some kind of joy. The world is full of sadness, hatred, discontent, misconfusion. You don't need it. I don't need nobody whooping me about something they can't do. All sex in the garden, you know, all lies. And some of us here can't make our minds what side we're on.
That's right. Right here.
I wanted to go here for more to sing. They can't sing.
That's right.
I know. Hey, you look at the professional musicians. They can't sing. Y'all put it. They ain't repetition.
That's all.
Same old 2 or 3 chords.
Right.
Step out front and sing this a song, all keynotes, like it in London. And you're supposed to be nice there. I enjoy it. Yeah, I can't lie like that. No, I ain't done nothing. I'm not going to promote you. Now, Kenny said I was singing good. No, he didn't. No, I didn't. You know, other people from other schools got caught on to you. That way was in other words, when they were right, you did. That's right. That's right. They got something wrong. So they begin to say, everything I didn't get it right. Then I go, I didn't hear that. Heard that Peter said that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
you.
Yeah.
There was a time that was the Messiah. And I don't mean anything has changed like back then it's out here, you. What I'm talking about is beloved, what manner of love. Think about what did you do to obligate Yahweh to reveal himself in you? You see? I went to church every Sunday morning. You were wrong. Whatever you did, you were wrong. You saw? And not being wrong, Yahweh didn't hold you accountable.
Yes.
I'm repeating it.
That's right.
But come along with now, here's where Yahweh was. One of the many factors. If you'd have went and found out all this on your own, you would go around telling folks how great.
That's right.
We couldn't get along 2 minutes at a time. Didn't have no on. But now, after he didn't try so many years, Reverend said, he said, get baptized. And there ain't nobody saying, I didn't get nothing from it. They're not talking to you. So if this one wants to believe, something happened to that.
Right.
And that was thinking something happened to this one.
Right.
Community time comes. Come up. Now, he think it unworthy. He think it damn near. You know, darn well I was out last night at the bar. But if I don't go up, take the communion, Richard and everybody else in church gonna know.
Gotcha.
Now Richard's lying just like me.
That's right. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So we both go up there. And we hope that this bragging grape juice today will straighten us out for good.
That's right.
If we leave church, go straight back to the bar.
That's it.
I guess I'm not ready, sir. But the divine essence of all that is this, children. When he reveals it to you, you know damn well you didn't figure it out. Then all your intellect, your wisdom, your knowledge, it's like Paul said, where is the one?
Yes.
And not Yahweh makes this fools out there. Folks call themselves being smart.
Yes.
That's right.
Ain't no Harvard University in heaven. And everything man touches, he has corrupted.
Yeah.
Sports, they ain't sports no more. In Vegas, Stephen Promise.
Yes.
I looked around and just tears.
Yes.
A lot of times, I don't even try to utter you what I'm thinking. I don't think of you. And I don't care how wrong you are, I don't look at you. Wherever state you're in, the most dedicated state of person to be in, I don't see that. What I see is you now where you can be helped.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. And there are people here that have been there.
That's right.
Physically as well as spiritually.
That's right.
See? But you must put on the whole armor. I've always wanted, after I began to learn, I wanted everybody to know something Yahweh. That's why I rebuke it when they said everybody don't have the Holy Spirit. What the hell are you talking about? How did you get that dumb on your own? And we can stop saying here, Yahweh's not a cloud.
Thank you. Right. Right.
Well, what is it then? Don't be saying Yahweh is in all through all, unless but he's not a cloud. Don't talk, come with us. That cloud, you know what I'm saying, is the closest thing to a description of him. It is not an atmospherical cloud.
That's right.
It's phenomenal. In other words, it's a cloud that is produced without elements producing. And that correlates with your brain is not a brain. So you symbolize your brain is not a brain. And see, don't let growing in Yahweh where you begin to cut out things for you. Outsmart really, you say, you don't have the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit got you. Go ahead. All this double stuff. That sounds good. Pious and, long. It's a poor rule that don't work both ways. Right. Why would Yahweh want me to love him and he don't love me?
Jeez.
How far will you get with that? You see?
Yes, sir.
And keep it in mind. Take it home with you tonight. You cannot, if somebody in this classroom and you love their brother is wrong, Mark, you have to love them with love.
Right.
That'll get rid of what's wrong with you.
Right.
You jumping on them, jumping on no good will not do it. It's like trying to put out a fire with gas.
That's right. Right.
You can't do it. I hope that I'm coming here is not I'm one like this. 40-some years ago.
Yes, sir.
I've seen people come and go.
Yes, sir.
And even since this branch is about 10 or 11 years old, and I've seen it come and go.
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
And in the fact of all that was attended back here, we still never.
That's right.
So it shows that, to me, there's something lacking in understanding
Yes,
or in people.
yes.
Now, I've always been one that accepts the responsibility of not a teacher, that I, as a teacher, feel do something about it. Now, it goes without saying that we know that the world is wrong. But that's not going to help the world know that they're wrong.
Come on.
We are the elect.
That's right.
Well, Yahweh has shown it to you. Now, he didn't just show it to you for you to fuss with one another.
Right. All right.
Well, you can't get along. And then condemn Christendom. Now, if you don't have peace within you, and you haven't come to it yet, there's something wrong with you.
That's right.
Now, I could read a lot of things that would to some be confusing. To others, not simple. But I try to deal with the attributes and show how Yahweh has always loved his priests.
That's right.
Right? In fact, that's about all I know.
Right.
Without love, forget it.
That's right.
Hang it up.
Right. That's right.
My mind is blank. I've been more or less looking.
All right, man.
And it would be beautiful if I could put it into words where you could see. Now, the essence of what I'm looking at, you've already got. Said, you're not lacking anything.
That's right.
So, like Tanya said, did you know that? And I said, yes, sir, right after you said it.
That's right.
But it was a little private joke between. But see, it had to be there for him. When he uttered it, it was there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Y'all wasn't learning, you know. Neither you. It's just you don't know where. Oh,
That's right. That's right.
anyhow. You, let me do it this way. All right. What we're trying to do is get you to see there is a creator.
Right.
Now, this may not, this to Christendom and some of them are going to sound wrong. Without you, there could be no creator.
That's right.
Now that's vanity if I ever heard it. When you don't understand it.
Right.
It takes all of this to make him up.
Yeah.
Now, the God used to say, you know that when Yahweh showed up, he can't show up without him. You know that's a bold statement. That the Creator cannot have a universal representative where everybody's equal without him. Whew. That's bold.
That's all right.
But if you understood, that's a part of that same body.
Yes.
Now what my cry is to you is this. If you're going to confess, try to believe. You haven't come to it. If you're Yahweh, who is it that you don't love?
All right.
Who is it? Who is it that you think you love? You see? Now, I don't care what the problem is. There's a middle ground.
There always is.
Now, a lot of times as dean, I contradict him. Not that it does any good, but I try. But my first question is, do you love one another?
Yes. Right.
Now, if you don't, well, we ain't got nothing to talk. But if you have to love one another, that's the foundation by which this makes growth.
That's right.
Yahweh so loved the world that he gave.
That's right.
It is something to know. I'm personally speaking, I don't know how to tell you how grateful I am. And I think it's asking very little just to behave yourself. There's other people look at you all over. And even this something is subject to fall.
Yes.
But it don't have to be anything we do deliberately.
That's right.
Or willfully. I'm not. Come on. We found that no, let me say this way. So you straighten up in those things in your life, when that you look back and not feel condemned.
Yes.
You see? Now it's time to do it.
Yes.
Now, there were people that Yahweh told different ones. Told one man going had this woman. He wasn't married. Well, his boy said that he told y'all he wasn't going. And Yahweh just bumped him off. And I want to go to. Then another man went in. He didn't do it. He was supposed to. See now, what are you talking about? First of all, we're talking about obedience to Yahweh.
All right.
And he was bringing forth a lineage. You see? You follow? Now somebody said, well, that's me. No, Yahweh ain't told you to go to see nobody. That's all I'm doing. That's how we say, see, that's what I'm talking about. I said that to say this. You're now the one that told this one to go.
Go ahead.
And how do you expect the creature to do?
That's true.
You can't get along. This one don't like that one. That one don't like this one. But we all Yahweh. Then Paul said, is Yahweh or is Elohim divided?
No.
Is your body divided?
No, sir.
Now that's the simplicity. You know, if the simplicity or the thing as it is doesn't admonish and encourage you to keep it right, what do I say to you? Sometimes I feel like you're wasting your time. Now, this is how it should work. I don't like cleaning up. I don't like whole lot. And don't bother me about it.
Okay.
I don't like cooking. I don't like sewing. I don't like housekeeping. I don't like nothing. Well, I just keep a pad. My house too dirty for you? Don't come on. Now, we come under Yahweh. That's got to change.
That's right.
Now, here's what I mean by that. No, your clean house is not going to get you eternal life. Go on. But your attitude, your spirit, your outlook up. Because if you won't clean a natural house, it's pretty evident you won't clean this house. Now this same hour you don't want to cook for, you want to provide it, substance for all of it. Yeah. You see? Now I didn't tell you go out and become a gourmet cook. That's right. Some of it too rich for your stuff. Other beans rolling and tortillas for this.
That's right.
Don't you go nowhere. I will see you. Please. That's not a command. So then I'm saying, what do I say? You know, I very seldom I sleep. Then when I sleep all day.
Yes.
I go in and out, you know. And then I'm dreaming about you and things. But this is the way I live. This is my concern now of you to over.
All right.
Now, this is what the doctrine does. You begin to put that on. You become concerned. That's the reason why I never wanted an office again in this school.
Yes, sir.
See, I couldn't be a president or a dean and not take it serious.
That's right.
Now, they say in the trustee board at LA says they're not responsible for what others think.
That's what they say. That's right.
Well, you ought to get off the board. What is a trustee board in an organization such as this? Or any religious order? They feel that they've been entrusted with the doctrine. They're supposed to see to it that it keeps police stuff. What do you think Roman Catholics killed a bunch of folks for? They keeping the church cleaned up. That's right. Take it easy on Yahweh, sir. Yeah. You know, I look at it and I just breathe a lot of times. Like all this hullabaloo coming out of other schools is promoted. It's a result of you couldn't take this time.
All right.
That's all it is. When you get through it, you couldn't take down and take the chastisement. If there was no sex, as you call it, in the garden, you just couldn't take that. I'd rather admit that you're going to fight and argue and cuss and carry on from now on. I mean, when you get through with it, it still ain't there.
That's right.
True. Now, you have learned this, that down here in Egypt, suppose we get that. I mean, I'm going to do a few more times of basic teaching, and then we're going to soul.
Yeah.
Now, I was reminded about, we worked before I left. We were into the planning.
Yes.
The relationship to the organism.
Right.
That's when we're going to get back to it. Well, the fellow that asked me about getting back to it, ain't he? That's not a flaw, that's just a fact. You see?
Yes.
You know, let me say this to you. And I told my nephew in Ohio that you can say whatever you want to about a school. But in order to bear a witness to it, you have to be it.
That's right.
That's right. That's
right.
good. That's it.
So your attendance is a witness for or against.
Okay. Thank you.
How can you say this, that, and the other, and you haven't been there? Now, it says that I haven't seen, I don't go to those schools the other night. Yes, I've been in everybody's face.
That's right.
One way or another.
That's right.
So then it got tired of me. But what I'm after is, if you got, let's say, for instance, you got that Adam and Eve were dyslexic people. No good in the law. That's a spot for them.
Yes.
That's what that is. Now you keep on. Then you become a little left. Then you know you can't get rid of his spot. You can't wash him off, you can't breathe him out. See? You follow? So that's what this lamb down here typifies. Please.
12th chapter of Exodus. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Now look, that applies to you.
Yes.
When you begin to learn, the month you begin to learn it, although you may not remember,
That's right.
was the beginning.
That's right.
If it's so here, it's so here. Or if it's so here, it's so here.
That's right.
So then that's when you begin to migrate.
Yes.
And that's what they're doing. They're migrating from what? An earthly state to a heavenly state.
Yes.
You see? And look at it like this also. Yahweh's going to be with them to help them.
That's right. That's right.
All right. All right.
Go ahead.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
To you. Not everybody.
Right.
This to Israel.
All right.
See? Now, because you got a different time, I mean, everything about you and where you live is different than the world.
True. Different.
You're not in the world. I'm sorry. If you've accepted this doctrine, you're not world.
That's right. That's right.
Worldly people were accepted.
That's right.
The academically trained people, philosophers, were not accepted.
That's right.
It's too simple. Who told you it was right? All that kind of stuff. We know it's right. I mean, it's all right.
Appreciate it.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel,
Yes.
saying,
Yes.
In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according.
Now that's what you should do.
Yes.
Take a lamb.
Yes, please.
Spiritually speaking.
Yes.
Now I've always went through this with Israel.
Right.
Now I'm showing you how the application applies to you.
Yes.
And you should be the lamb that's drawn out.
Yes.
Yes.
Because sacrifice and burnt off thou wouldst not but a body thou hast prepared for me.
That's
You
right.
don't go get one of these, you're the lamb.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
about. I'm talking about your thoughts concerning a tree. It is not worldly. It's not carnal. You know how many folks would think you crazy running around talking about you Yahweh? And some in the idea of mine. If you be Yahweh, you make a tree. Of course, my answer always gets in the town. Already did. And now they're mad. That's right. He didn't create trees like this.
That's right.
He created them like this, and then he walked real safe. Then when he put this on, he just walked amongst the trees. So I'm supposed to be hemmed all up. Now, if I made you a tree, you still wouldn't be. You know, if Messiah came back like folks were talking about, you know what they do for him?
Kill him.
So when he comes in point out your ugly ways, you ain't gonna take that. Why thought you coming back for peace? You ain't gonna do everything I did wrong. That's right. Now, let me say this thing. The signs on the highways and byways are true. Yes. Prepare to meet. Yes. But you're the one that prepared to meet.
Yes. That's right.
That's right, man.
I sometimes wonder, do you understand any parts of that? No. Meaning, if you did, what disposition do you take?
All right.
Is it the same old argument? I don't like him and I don't like her attitude. Have you ever asked of y'all to call me to be as you have? All right. Cause me to walk in a way with others. Yes. Now, we can be some of the most critical people in the world amongst ourselves. If we can pass the test of here, we can make it in the world.
That's right.
Woo. I don't care what you do here, man. If we can pass the test amongst ourselves, the world is the same. So I'm saying this to you. The world is saying he's coming back in the clouds, right?
Yes, sir.
And he is. But not the clouds he's there coming.
That's right.
But what I am saying to you is this. It's influence. In other words, the spirit that dwells in you will be so pronounced. It'll draw many people. Well, now is the time to do that.
Yes.
You see? Now is the time to make peace in your household.
Right. Yes.
Now, I've said that I don't know how many times, and people don't know they're going to do it. You see? And the end result is you won't get away with it.
All right. That's true.
You know, it's like Yahweh at one time had units.
Yes, sir.
You know what a unit is?
Yeah.
Man without seed and without home.
Go ahead.
And Solomon had those time in all his pride.
Yes,
Oh, why?
Yes, sir.
Now you can come to Solomon and tell him, say, hey, don't go over on that wrong with your wife. He know you're lying.
That's right.
You see? Now, back under the law, they couldn't have any, the unit couldn't have any inheritance.
Go ahead.
Why? Well, he couldn't be a high priest. Why? How you gonna chastise somebody else's kid and you ain't got none?
Right.
No, that can't have none.
Right.
See? But Yahweh didn't exclude him.
All right.
He made a promise to him that was better than all the rest.
All right.
You see?
All right.
So they can't to where Saul was placed in. Saul was a eunuch. You see? But in this present kingdom age, you can have children in the faith, not in the flesh. You see? Born of a woman.
Right.
I'm cold. You understand? But I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. No, everybody else, I don't do it. But see, what I'm saying is now that place for the eunuch is now was open. You see? Judas, by transgression, fell. They elected one, Messiah, to take his place. Sorry, Yahweh hadn't forgot the eunuch. You see? And placed him in there. You see? Now, him being placed in there and having children, his son in the faith, Timothy, Barnabas, and others. You see? Then they began to say, well, no wonder you're like this. You don't have no design. You see? So he said he went and asked Yahweh to remove his being a eunuch. If he had done that, he would have removed the problem.
That's right. That's right.
Now, actually, he didn't do it. Because he knew that. But it was done that they might be coming. So he said, Yahweh told him to break this tradition.
That's right.
That's it. In other words, you can't alter the purpose.
That's right.
Now then, we should become, I'm trying to get the eunuch as far as one night in the world.
All right, man.
You follow?
Yes, sir.
We should desire children that are spiritual to come under.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You follow?
Very good.
But you cannot do it if you're afraid. You see? And all of us get intimidated on jobs and other things.
Yes.
Or we get intimidated from one another.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
You see? And yet still, I'm scared to say something to Martin. I've never known Martin to bite anybody.
No.
See what I'm saying? Or why are you afraid? A lot of times you're afraid because what you want to ask ain't quite right. That's right. Now, let's read on. I don't think but this is what I'm saying. You're going to have to go, you got to look within. Am I being all that I can be?
Yes.
Now, somebody else may say you're not. Damn that.
Right.
No.
Right.
You got to measure up to your own conscience, not theirs.
That's right.
You see? And just being perfectly honest with yourself. If something really bothers you, then don't say, oh, I feel fine. Because then you got some more to deal with. As much as in you is. That's what you are. And you're that by the grace of God.
That's right. That's right.
See? Read on, baby.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take of them every man a lamb, according to the house of their father, a lamb for a house.
See this? You should be having a lamb.
That's right.
Everybody. Oh, we're not talking about the fourth of the lamb. You know, I said this in trying to teach the people. Yes, Israel in down in Egypt ate a lamb. Some ate goat. That didn't mean they were hard-headed. Because Joshua was a scapegoat. Now, anybody ate goat down there, man, hard-headed goat. They don't understand. So he had to show both the scapegoat and lamb. No, but something else I had was pointing to that same thing. And I wanted to, because very seldom I say anything about a goat. So it says, but it does say here from the sheep or the goat.
That's right.
Now, if you always instructed me, sheep or the goat, evidently they have the same principle.
All right.
Or we wouldn't have had it either. Oh, I know what it was now. They ate the lamb, but they didn't eat the attribute.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
You see?
Yes.
You understand? They didn't eat no attribute.
Okay.
Right.
Now that was what the lamb was.
Yes.
What is about a lamb? Let's talk about this a moment. A lamb is a mischievous thing, playful.
Yes, he is.
He's very serious.
Okay.
You don't want to spook him, he'll hurt you.
Go ahead there.
You see? When you graze him, he wants to be in where there's none of the green pastures. And he's going to pull it up from the root. You see, that was the trouble between cattlemen and sheep herders.
That's right.
Cattlemen didn't like it. Why? Because the sheep is pulling up from the root. Now, and ain't nothing going to grow there no more unless you go back and plant something. Well, now, that's what I think. We should want to know this doctrine from the root. We want to bring it all up. We want to know it for ourselves. And we don't want nothing else growing up to catch up to us, to take it away from us.
Right.
So if you pluck it up, it's gone.
All right.
Yes.
Now the cattlemen were expecting to go on and on and on and on. She didn't all. It got to come to an end.
All right.
That's all right.
So I'm saying, we see now that the lamb is humble, he's meek. You go out to the slaughterhouse now. And they'll tell you it's hard to kill a lamb.
That's right.
They'll kill them with all, it's hard to kill them. Why? Because they look right up in your face, and they got the most human eyes.
Yes.
Of the beast. They even set in their head like yours and mine.
Yes, sir.
Then he's got this fleece or wool around him, which is like a cloud. And he's got on the shaven form, he's got on.
That's great.
Oh, and he's just full of oil. Lamb, you call it.
That's right.
Now you can take a lamb and put him in WH2, I'm trying H2O. Not with water. And you'll never get him wet. Never could you get him wet. You put him in water, and day he's born, day he dies. Wow. See? So that man has a baptism that's not of water. But a baptism of the Holy Spirit. Now that's the love. I hope you understand. That's the love of Yahweh that Yahweh put in a natural four-footed beast. For you and I to look at to understand something about him that is running up. A lot of times I walked in, I caught Andre clowning. I said that, sometimes not meaning no harm, but nevertheless disturb or disrupt moments there. Well, she would do that. They real playful. Yeah. When everybody looking, wanna, you see the whole herd, And the one that did it, that's right. A lot of people don't know they're mischievous. Right. And other than that, they don't do much. Why? Because they're in the rest.
Thank you, sir.
Somebody, yeah, because they're lazy. No, they ain't. You do something to make them run. You find out they move, Jack, but they move like a cloud. And whichever way they move, they don't scatter like this. No! They move together like this.
It's something to watch.
It's something else.
Read.
Very good.
And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the soul.
Now here it is translated. Don't you see this is too big for you? For me?
Yes.
You almost got to invite the neighbor. You can't have all this.
No, all right.
You can't partake of all that Yahweh is. You got to invite the neighbor in. That's who you got to go get.
All right.
Great.
Now at least you got to send an invitation, even they don't come.
That's right.
Please come to the party. But I'm talking about you being in such a way that it'll attract attention all over. And you need not think Satan no more, you ain't around.
That's right.
That's true.
But to right now, you know, threat to it.
That's right.
I'm telling you, you ain't no threat. That little things you know, being there. Not a threat to me. And where you could grow and become a threat that he might be exposed, that you won't do. I want people looking right at the pole. And anybody they call themselves looking at, so when they fall, you'll see them this time. Because they don't believe they fell. Right. They don't believe they had fallen yet.
Right.
I'm tired. Anyhow, read on.
Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb.
See that? Read on.
Your lamb shall be without blemish.
Now that's what I was at. Your lamb should be without. The lamb you got in your house now. Who is that lamb? Elohim.
Yes.
Then you the only hope of glory. Now you know, for salvation, it can't be no spot and blemish in him.
True. Right.
You see? Now he has come unto you. So what are you trying to do to it? You see?
Well said.
The same words were said to me is what I've given you.
That's right.
And I understood it.
Yes.
You see? So, seeing, a lot of times you say, well, I understand, and I see what you say and do and manifest. I know, but that's you did.
That's right.
You see? So then again, I'm saying, well, it's my fault. No, I'm talking about how I feel within.
Yes.
You see? So not that you accused me, not that you said it was my fault, not that you trying to blame me for it. Do words mean the same thing to you as it did to me? Have words been used you don't understand? It was I didn't understand it, such and such a word. Did you go home and look it up? You see? It was said in Springfield, I'm trying to explain this to you and read it out of the dictionary because I know you ain't going to look it up when you go home. That's sad. We don't know what nothing is about nothing when it comes to collectively speaking in these schools. Now, you had the opportunity by the one that has taught you. And what I'm talking about is Elohim in this vessel, teaching Elohim in that vessel.
Yes.
Otherwise, you don't stand a chance in high water.
That's right.
I'm telling you, you'd be surprised at the marker that's taught in these schools.
Yes.
It's actually sickening.
Right.
And somebody want to write and whoop at me about something, you understand? And then send out the minutes and support headquarters. Headquarters, they don't need no support. Headquarters is the head.
All right.
Read.
Your lamb shall be without blemish.
Your lamb should be without blemish. That's not trying to explain to you. Look, I don't like linen, but I love everybody. Me not like linen, that's a plot. You see? And that one thing can eat and grow. That's how you come here, have tumors and cancer. You know, those kind of things just eat up your belly. It's telling you that there is a thing that can eat it up. You follow? I don't care what nobody's done to you. Nobody's crucified you.
No.
Somebody would talk about me like a dog. Were you? No, didn't worry about it. Read on. Now, this lamb, now mind you, you're translating now again.
Yes, sir.
You're coming from here that we are the lamb, or children of God. You see? Read.
A male of the first year.
See now, a male, because it was seen in the masculine form of the first year.
Yes, sir.
Or first thing, and begin to set up time with me, a male of the first year. Now you think about it this way. how would you go out in a, what do you call it, sheep herd?
Yes.
And pick out the first in the flock. And there are many firstlings in the flock. See, there's flocks within flocks. With a firstling in every one of them. Now, how would you go pick it? That's the instruction here.
Right, that's right.
The firstling of the flock. How would you do it? Well, you wouldn't pick it out. You would think that they would come to you.
All right.
It would no, it was. There's a parable back here. Did Noah go out and get up anything? He was preaching the gospel, they came. Yahweh has preached the gospel since he come unto me. It has to be 5 foot 6 tall. On his book would be no. He went called to the meeting. If the lamb is portraying Yahweh, anybody like it, let him ask.
Right.
Yahweh to come and do it.
All right.
And while the lamb and his smoke come to him. Oh, he would know it was part of the flock, or you could tell him apart of it.
Right.
Now you can identify him, so if he steps forward, willingly, that's him showing that he just said, willingly give up his life. That's how that's typified down there. And you should know this story along with it. If you lay your life down for someone else, you're going to pick it up again. So you don't have to be, no, I ain't. No, you can lay it down. But you know, I lay my life down with a lot of folks when I go to any other school and sit there and listen.
I'll die. Of course, that man could die. I have called my into your body.
Go sit down. That's spot you in. I have told some right here. No, then couldn't prove that to you. When did Joshua fulfill his mouth drop? That's what we forget. You can say anything you want to say, but when did Joshua fulfill? And there's a lot of things he fulfilled. You don't have nothing written about it that way, and we'll never know. That's what it's telling you. There's certain things that deal with principle only.
That's right. That's right.
Nowhere to pinpoint it other than there. That's right. I just tell you one. The lamb. How the hell you gonna know which one? That's right. Well, there's a way to find that out. Go ask. Right? Read on.
You shall take it out of the sheep or from the goat.
See that? Now you're going to escape out of Egypt. And the lamb's going to lead you. So take it from the sheep or the goat. Good. And a goat, when he butts or charges, you know what it's against? Unrighteous. Right. Yeah. See? In other words, we say a goat, like you do something here, come at you, you know. Well, in his sight, you're doing something wrong. He doesn't just do this just for the hell of it. Very good, sir. I'm going to fight you about bending over in a place you should not. You know, it's been out and shit. Now they got another thing. Cool, chill out. That's right. Is that something they always out there? Well, the veteran phase need to mellow out.
That's right.
Chill out doesn't mean they got too cold. It's going to be hot and all cold, but just right in the middle. But anyhow, let's go. I'm trying to show you what these have said that causes you to become that. Now, these are the avenues by which you start communicating with God. If you violate these principles, you're going class to class and when you learn, maybe. And you get up a lot of knowledge and you don't know what to do with it.
Right.
Now, I'm telling you.
Right.
You have to live it. You have to be it.
Yes.
You have to look, see that Yahweh is walking with you. See? And removing obstacles that prevent and hinder or obstruct you. And not always, will always give up.
Right.
Thinking that's of Yahweh.
Right.
That's right. And as long as you're not guilty by something you're accused of, forget it.
Right.
Don't get mad at Satan for doing his job.
Right.
He's supposed to accuse you.
And you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month.
Read on. Now, here's what you should have. Here's your 14. You should have heaven and earth record. In your argument. You should understand the beginning of heaven and how it was formed. Now that's bringing the 14. And when you get somebody where you can show them that they can leave the next statement instead of the next day in print and show them how they inherited the kingdom. And the kingdom of Yahweh there. You see? That's where they were going to inherit the kingdom.
Yes.
You see? Now here's how we mess it up. We say, Messiah taught them how to pray. First of all, what they call Lord's Prayer ain't his.
Right.
What's the Lord Prayer? Our Father, God. No, that ain't. So it says over the top of Lord's Prayer, so they lied. So they misunderstood. Well, did you just read it? Said they went to him and said, Master, teach us how to pray. He said, you pray after this prayer. Our Father. Now, he wouldn't be praying for them for the daily bread to come. He's the one giving it.
Right.
You see? So anyhow, that's him teaching the disciples to pray. Got it?
Yes.
Now, his prayer was in the garden.
That's right.
Wouldn't that almost fit? Did you ever tie this prayer back to the garden?
Speed.
You see?
Yeah.
That would prevent you from making a whole lot of mistakes.
Right. That's right.
Where would you find any of this back here in the garden? See, that's some of the problem. It's become a sing-song. We just talk. When we get through talking, we end up with stupid. I was trying to say stupid ass mistakes, but I shouldn't say that. Stupid mistakes like stand up and pray to Yahshua. That's dumb. That's being willfully ignorant.
That's right.
You see? You're now the sons of Yahweh and daughters. You follow?
Yes, sir.
You gonna stand up and applaud yourself?
That's pretty neat.
You know, and I don't think people understand that either.
No.
You know, if Yahshua had not gone out of faith, done that, and uttered those words that Father makes him want, you could never come under this God.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh.
That's right.
unnecessary and uncalled for. Other than just talking about a purpose.
Wow.
That deity cared enough for you to put on a prepared sacrificial body. And all he asks you to do is to believe he done it and walk in his way. Children, there ain't nothing no more fair than that. You don't have no business with hatred. Now, there was some discussion about serpents in the garden. There wasn't none.
All right.
There just wasn't no snakes in the garden. No kind.
All right. All right.
I didn't say it when in the airplane. I said in the garden.
Understand.
That's right.
Wow.
Well, now, and this, all serpents aren't satanic.
That's right.
But satanic, good or indifferent, they were in the garden.
That's all right. That is all right.
There was indeed nothing in the garden that did not walk upright.
All right.
Nothing. Just by the way it's made would not be there. Now, that's right. Okay. Now, see, when you see it here, Moses is using a serpent to give you a description of how low that satanic spirit or the spirit that was in Lucifer, how low it had sunk.
Go ahead, Jay.
Wow.
And he looks around for all that may be known of Yahweh. He knows that too. Right? Because the fact that he's black here. See? And here shows he's howling at the zero dark. He don't know nothing about these people.
Go ahead, Jay.
And listen, I just show you. See, here's the serpent.
Yeah.
Not the snake.
Right.
Here's the man, not this.
Teach. All right.
That's the man within the man. Or the Messiah said, I am the seed within the seed.
Yes.
Take the flesh off of this thing, man. Well, what the hell would a snake get deceiving you? What would he get deceiving you? You get it? Right. He wouldn't get your body. See that he was masquerading and showing himself. The second doesn't wrong.
Yes.
So then here Moses describing this. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. See, well, it's not to say that a natural serpent is not more subtle than any beast out there yet. You see? But that wasn't what was in the garden.
Right.
And you get that straight. See?